I love the indie game rhythm scene. There's so many indie rhythm games out there giving us all these fun and cool ideas. But just like any game bought on Steam, they begin to collect dust on the shelves. However, there is one game that I've been putting off since 2023, and there's been a lot of development from it since. When I first learned about this game, I learned about it from this channel called Tokaku, and they had a good review saying it has a good story and good music, with a hint that there's something more to this game. The review was in 2023, so I'd like to throw an update on what the game is like now. And just as a heads up, there is an epilepsy warning for this game, but aside from that, let's kick back, relax, and play. I guess it's been a while since I played this, so I guess this is where you type your name. And bear with me for now, these screens are a bit hard to look at. After typing your name, you're greeted with some questions, and how you would react to certain situations. This is quite interesting. Shortly after, you're introduced to Saturday as she enters the empty Tanegashima precinct. She speaks to the only detective there about new information that could help her find her missing sister. Though even with the new information and detective's research within less than a day of the case being opened, there's still no lead on the disappearance. Frustrated with the results, Saturday stormed out of the building, determined to find her sister herself. Alright, welcome to Vivid Stasis. Now we can select the song and play. Scroll up and down to choose a song, and left and right to select your difficulty. Left is the easiest and right is the hardest, which I think is a lie because when I was getting into it, what should have been easy difficulty slowly devolved into notes being thrown at me, making my fingers feel like it's playing Twister. Very weird feeling, but eventually I got used to it and developed some super cool game skills. And just like most games, this game is a lane scroller, like Guitar Hero, where you hit the incoming notes using the keys corresponding to their lanes. You can also change what those keys are. You'll either click or hold the buttons to score, and there's also a special type of note that you can click, which would be bumpers. These can be inputted on either half side of their respective lane, being the red bumpers on the red side and blue bumpers being on the blue side. And just as a heads up, these bumpers are one tap. You do not need to click both lanes. Moving on, I just really love the game aesthetic. The song select screen has this really cool wavy background, and I personally love selecting the songs up and down the screen. Aside from that, sometimes the particles in the background will move to the rhythm, and it's just really cool to look at. It's so entrancing. The pixel aesthetic of the notes and the menu select design just kind of feels fresh to me, and maybe it'll vibe with you too. Oh, and you see these two things up here? The battery and the red circle? These are currency that you earn by getting high scores on songs. I'd recommend playing songs on easier difficulties to earn currency, but we'll get back to what you can do with them later. Aside from that, a lot of these songs are from so many cool composers. A lot of them are electronic with cool mixes and twists. Some composers I'm personally a big fan of, which are Frums, Silent Room, and Leaf. Dear God, don't tell me that Flower Song is here. Even though there were some familiar faces and songs here, I still want to check out some songs that I've never heard of that's exclusive to this game. And just going through the list, I just love looking at all these new songs and hearing them out for the first time. If I were to quickly feature some quick favorites, I'd recommend Septima, Random, and Slick.Hertz. Oh, they're so cool. If you're really good at playing these songs, you can also test your skill in the course mode. The ultimate test of skill where you'd play 4 songs with a health bar that continues through each song. Get through all 4 songs and you'll be able to reach a new class. As you can see in the top left, I am class 4. The other numbers to the right of it, I don't know what it means, but it means I've played the game a lot. But if you're struggling with any song through this gauntlet, I also recommend practicing these songs first, in normal rhythm play. Good thing I could practice some of these songs and... Huh? Why is it locked? I swear I unlocked some of these songs when I first played from the shop. Actually, where is the shop? Wasn't it on the main menu? Weird. Oh, I almost forgot to mention, Vivid Stasis did have a collaboration with other rhythm games at some point. I know Rhythm Doctor had a collaboration featuring a couple of the main characters with a bomb song. Look, this one is having a rapid heartbeat problem because she gets flustered when her friend sat too close to her on a bus. Aww. And with there being a collab song in Rhythm Doctor, Vivid Stasis would also do the same by putting it in their game, behind a sound scan. Where's the sound scan? Why is it all logged? I know I played this before. Wait, I did. Wait, I could see the clearing right there. Why can't I play it? How do I unlock the sound scan? I missed the sound scan. The sound scan allowed players to unlock new songs, more of those currencies being batteries and points, and other goodies. What made that fun was the varying challenges that could throw at you. The song could change its note speed depending on your combo, make the notes wavy. Each line could have its own individual note speed. Speaking of note speed, what the hell is note speed -1? What? How? Yeah, it's a fun little game mode, but how do I log in now? According to here, it seems within the summer 2024 patch, the sound scan is locked behind chapter 4. Well, guess I have to play the story that I've been putting off since 2023. I mean, I kinda have some hints on what it's about. Saturday, if you don't remember, is this pink girl and her friends are going to go look for her sister. And maybe some cute romance implicated by that Rhythm Doctor collab song. I mean, I remember hearing some reviews saying the story's good, but how good is it really? What do you mean there's no official merch? I need Vivid Stasis merch to put on my shelf. What do you mean the next chapter comes on March 8th? I'm getting the day off for this. I need more Vivid Stasis. More. So anyways, I'm a perfectly normal person, and creating this video is not a coping mechanism till the upcoming next story patch on March 8th. Wait a second. It's been delayed to March 22nd? Fuck! I'm gonna be normal and I'll be spoiling the entire first chapter, so feel free to stop yourself at any point if you'd like to experience this for yourself, and yeah, come with me, okay? Just come with me. I need to show you this. So on the main menu, the node flowchart is how you would access the main story. Here we have branching paths, allowing you to unlock songs down the branches. If you follow the main path, you'll unlock more of the story. Remember that currency from earlier, the batteries and the points? You'll be spending the batteries to unlock songs and story bits here. Heads up, you will need to unlock some of these songs in order to progress the story. If you're looking for a specific currency to gain, whether it be blue battery or red battery, then you could toggle this boost before songs. I wish I knew this before I started grinding currencies, but I hope this makes it better for you. Aside from that, it turns out my initial guesses were correct. Saturday's friend trio do go on a journey to find her missing sister, Suki. Though, the first few episodes do focus on them chatting together, which sort of give an introduction to who they are. Hitomi is a caring friend who is also the sister of the detective that Saturday had spoken to at the start. Allison is a timid girl, but can be quite vocal when it comes to the safety and concerns for her friends. And lastly, we have Saturday, the leader of the group who charges headfirst into danger without a second thought, but quite a kind person. Unfortunately, even with their loose binder of ideas and notes on the whereabouts of where Suki can be, they still have no lead. That is until Saturday, her friends, and the detective from earlier snooped around her sister's work office in the Geology Museum. Digging around her sister's work computer, they found a strange site in her history to a website called shrinereport.xyz. Once they head onto the site, this site only shows this video. Yeah, I have no idea what this means, and neither do the characters, but hey, this is the closest clue they got. What's even more crazy is how these characters decipher this video. They count some colored pixels to get specific numbers, such as 1658502732 and 211400924. And they're like, oh, I get it. A1Z26. I'm sorry, the what now? I searched it up, and it's a simple cipher translating numbers to letters such as A equals 1 or Z equals 26. Because, you know, there are 26 letters in the alphabet. But what's crazy is how they treat this like it's just some common knowledge. Like this is the junior jumble that they grew up with in preschool. What? Then they begin to go into Unix timecode, which is actual date and time function syntax reference for various programming languages, and yeah, these characters are kinda cracked. Dear God, I'm so glad they're explaining things, so I don't have to solve any of this. Anyways, after they find a lead to where Saturday's sister may be, Saturday and friends decide to ferry over to the mainland to get clues. But as soon as they were getting ready, the earth begins to shake. Kotomi looks out the window, only to see the geology museum where her sister, the detective, was investigating for clues had caught ablaze. Worried, Kotomi rushes over into the building to find her sister. Saturday rushes in as well to help search, leaving Allison outside to worry for her friends. Saturday goes deeper and deeper into the building as the fire intensifies. She struggles to breathe with the smoke and eventually loses control of her body, with her life slowly fading away. Regrets and realization of her current situation sink in as she cries for help. From here you're met with 3 locks to choose from. The left lock can only be unlocked by getting high rank songs from chapter 1, and the right lock can only be unlocked if you reach certain combos on several songs also from chapter 1. If you're able to unlock these locks, you'll have puzzles to solve. I cannot figure out any of these puzzles. I'm too stupid. However you solve them, you'll import your answers to the same website that the characters were deciphering, shrinereport.xyz, and adding a bit to the URL, changing it to shrinereport.xyz/automation.html, giving you the final key that's hidden in the title of the webpage tab, Recrudescent. But to be honest, I'm kind of stupid and don't understand these puzzles, so I kind of just went on the wiki. At some point, the wiki does not have all the answers to these kinds of puzzles either, so here's a Steam guide that gets updated each patch that gives you all the answers, as well as hints towards the answers if you still want to solve the puzzles themselves. This will be in the description below if you really need the help, because I sure as hell needed that help. After unlocking all these puzzles, this will lead you to the boss song, which has a really cool intro. Aside from that, you'll have a limited amount of health that depletes when you miss a note and replenishes when you hit notes consecutively. Well, what happens after you beat the song? Well, if I spoil the story for you now, I'm going to need more than a corkboard to explain this entire mystery to you. So I need you to trust me when I say it's a good story. Because it is a good story. I've not played a rhythm game that has gotten me obsessing over its story in a long time. I binged this game in a week because it does really well telling its story as it subverts your expectations with a fresh and unique take on what you thought was just a rhythm game, but it actually has so much more. Though the game's story is something I praise, I would also like to highlight how cool the community is. There's also an official Discord for Vivid Stasis, a Hajimeli hideout, a Discord created by the publishers. You can see all the fan art that the community has made, upcoming games from the devs, and the community here is overall really chill. Vivid Stasis even has tournaments for players to participate in. The most recent tournament was the Sunrise Showdown 2024. It took inspiration from Jetlag 5 by treating IRL Japan as a board game, giving players 12 hours for 2 days to complete challenges by actually having them cross Japan. Completing challenges will earn them coins specific to organizing the bracket, to help them during their journey, or for songs to play during the Vivid Stasis segment of the tournament. Apparently they were streaming while they were traveling all across Japan and keeping track of where the teams were. At some point in the stream, I think they were trying to find things to do while the teams were reaching their destination, and they just started playing Balatro. Lol. When it got to them playing the game, it was actually nuts seeing the players play at the top difficulties. And I thought that was really cool. They were able to stream all players' POVs and use the lobby system that's also built into the game. a-saph, a composer for Vivid Stasis and streamer, also made some really cool MVs or tiebreakers for the tournament in the style of in-game cutscenes for some extra flair. And what players feared most was that there could be nothing that could be more difficult than the difficulty 16, right? Right? Oh no. Jokes aside, seeing how far this community has come within the few years this game has existed, researching the history of the Vivid Stasis community was really cool, and I hope to be there to witness the future events. If you would like some high skill gameplay and behind the scene talks from the devs, you should check out the composer I mentioned earlier, a-saph. She's been streaming every new chapter that comes out and has devs chilling with her in the calls as she streams. I like looking back at some of these streams while researching for these videos because I got to hear some thoughtful design choices that the devs wanted to convey while watching her final chapter part 1 stream. It's also fun seeing her solve the puzzles in real time, seeing the thought process on what it's like to actually solve even one of these puzzles. Also, a-saph and her friends just sound like they're just having a good old time, and it's just an overall fun vibe. Hey, Editor Vita here. Just wanted to say that while I was editing this video, the game received several updates. Because Vivid Stasis has now reached its 2-year anniversary, they're now readying themselves for early access to end, having the game being at its full 1.0 state. They've changed a lot of things. One of the biggest changes would affect how story mode works, which would be in accessibility under the system settings. First, you can make unlock conditions for the story locks a lot easier, or you can bypass them overall. Second, if you still want to solve them, the game now provides hints and leads you with a thoughtful webpage called Tori's Hint Hub. Third, which I really like, is that you can enable it to tell you what sensitive topics an episode may cover. Fourth, there is a currency multiplier that will allow you to boost the amount of currency you earn from songs, which can help you unlock more stuff for the story. And lastly, all those game modes locked behind story mode are no more. You can now immediately unlock course mode, song shop, and the sound scan. Speaking of the sound scan has also gone a new revamp, where there is a new challenge now to unlock the song, where you must beat a certain song with a certain rank or higher, and survive with the usual limited health, which I thought was really cool. What I also thought was cool was all the different little UI changes, and the screen transitions from main menu to, I don't know, the song shop? Ooh, I just love the stinger transition. Oh, I almost forgot, after 2 years of development, we finally got controller support for the game. Woo! It actually plays very well. Alright, but that's enough updates for now, I hope. So let's finish this off. In conclusion, Vivid Stasis is a really cool rhythm game that seeks to subvert your expectations. From booting up the game for the first time to creating this unique form of storytelling with the incorporation of puzzles, it's constantly trying to introduce several hidden layers of potential surprises to mix up the gameplay and story. Not to forget, the music and the accompanying charts are so fun to play and makes me want to not jump off a cliff, unlike some other rhythm games. I don't know if I have an example on screen, but if I do, it must be really tough. But aside from that, what's even better is that you don't even need to buy the game, because this is free on Steam. You could just boot it up and get a feel for whether it's right for you. What? How is this free? It's so good. Let me give you my money. But I'm just a casual player who barely made it to medium 12 difficulty, and I'm just here to vibe and listen to the music. So let's put on those headphones and let's jam. Hey, thanks for watching the video. I have an unhealthy obsession with this game. And I keep making fan art for it. Here is some spoiler fan art, so feel free to skip ahead, but I'm going to show it in 3, 2, 1, here's my fan art now. Here's what my magnum opus presents to you. My ship. People love it. Even people in the official Discord love it. I just really like this game. And if I had my other fan art that I have finished, I would probably put it right here. I don't know if I finished it. If I didn't finish it, check out my blue sky. I probably finished it on there. I just really like this game. If you're curious on how I felt about the later content without me actually spoiling it, Chapter 3 messed me up. Being able to see the scale of the mystery to where all the information given to me felt like I was constructing a bulletin board with pins that connected little by little. Then Chapter 5's ending hit me hard because it was 5 AM when I finished it. It hit me with a strong end credit song that I've been listening to since February of 2023, before this update came out, and I was just taking in everything that was thrown at me. This game is so peak. Absolute cinema. I'm not sure what to work on next, but if you have any recommendations, feel free to leave a comment down below. If I can't figure anything out, I'll try to stream more for the heck of it, or maybe I'll just go back to making that VR chat video series if I can't really figure out what else to do. Aside from that, thanks for watching, and bye bye!